Good day. So we are in chapter 3 of purposive communication. So let's start the discussion. Our topic is global communication in multicultural setting. Excuse me. First is language issues. So it's very natural po no, na magkaroon ng issue when it comes to language, especially if you are a non-native speaker or uh, a not a an English speaker, no? Or kung ano man po dito sa ating bansa, di ba meron po tayong mga iba't ibang dialekto na ginagamit. So, pwede po yung maging issue when it comes to communication. Next is conflict resolution issues. Okay, different culture approaches conflict and disagreement in sometimes very contrasting way. Okay, other cultures are uncomfortable with open disagreement and will do their best to avoid it in order to save face and not put people in uncomfortable position. So it is important for a team to define the way it wishes to handle conflict and disagreement. So iba-iba daw po yung mga tao kung paano sila mag-solve ng conflict. Meron daw po mga tao na iniiwasan nila. Meron naman po mga tao na okay lang sa kanila na makipag-argue, okay, dun sa ibang tao na hindi nila kakilala. Parang hindi sila nahihiya na makipag-away. No, yung iba naman, ayaw nilang makipag-argue. That's why iniiwasan na nila makipag-usap or iiwanan na lang nila yung kausap nila para hindi na humaba. Okay? Or hindi na nila sasagutin. Next is, sorry, gender issues. Okay? Every culture or society has its own understanding of gender relations and acts according to them. Okay? Kung the men and women in a team interact, the way authority is allocated, assumed or perceived, and the roles and responsibilities are distributed can all be impacted by different views of gender. So gender, pwede din daw mag-issue when it comes to communication. Kasi nung nakaraan, di ba, na-discuss po natin sa chapter 2, yung gender rules na pinagawa. Okay, iba-iba daw po kasi ang gender rules na binubiyog ng society. So, decision-making issues. Okay? Meron po kasi mga tao na sa kultura nila, hinahayaan nilang mag-decide on their own. Meron namang mga iba na naghihingi sila ng opinion ng iba pang tao before they decide. Okay? Others believe that the majority rules and debate is waste of time. Okay? Then here are others who believe that the decisions are made by the leader or most senior persons and not the leader. Okay? For example, sa isang kumpanya, okay, hihingiin nila or mag-meeting sila about sa isang agreement. Pero ang magde-decide pa rin naman is yung may-ari. Okay, meron ganon. Pero naman po sa ating bansa, di ba, meron po tayong tinatawag na botohan or yung election. So, karamihan or tayo ang nagde-decide sino ang magiging presidente or ang magiging mga tao na uupo para mag-govern sa ating bansa. Okay, meron po ba? Merong pangkalahatan, meron naman po iilan lang daw ang magde-decide. Okay, so pwede din po yung maging issue. Okay, when it comes to communication. Kasi pag hindi po nagkaintindihan, magkakaroon po ng away o war. Okay, varieties of spoken language. Spoken language is a language provided by articulate sounds and as opposed to a written language. So different levels or varieties in spoken language. First is conversational or spoken English. Okay, this English is the most variedly used in daily conversation, where rules of grammar are more related Stress is more on just getting the message across. Sentences might be dropped halfway on realizing that the listener has gotten the message. This is your way of communicating or using the English language to communicate. Yun po. Next is slang or ethnic and vulgar language. Okay, every language comes with a set of words that have multiple meanings. And depending upon the situation, you use them multiple interpretations as well. These words are called slangs and are native in a particular region. The varieties of written language. The written language is more carefully organized, more self-explanatory, and the choice of word is more deliberate. Hindi katulad po ng spoken language kanina. Kasi pag spoken, pag sa tingin mo alam na ng iyong kausap, yung message na gusto mong iparating, pwede ka nang tumigil doon. As long as alam mong naiintindihan na. Hindi katulad sa written language, kailangan mo pa po ipaliwanag pa. Okay? Mas organized pa po dapat ang iyong mga isusulat. Okay, ganun po. Written language is only secondary. Kasi mas madali nga po ang way of communication when it is spoken or verbally kaysa po ang written language. Okay, written language is mostly maintained in a form of monologue. Okay, parang pa-monologue. O kasi kung ikaw lang naman din yung nandun habang susulat ka. Okay, ganun po. Varieties of written language. Another is a written language is able to live forever with the idea it expresses. For example, yung mga nobela ng mga sinauna pa na naisulat or nailimbag or na-publish na before, no? So hanggang ngayon, nababasa po natin siya at buhay pa po siya sa atin dahil na-publish na po siya. Meron pong physical na book or na kasulatan. Okay? Na meron po. Kaya it can live forever as long as mape-preserve po siya. Written language can be detailed and objectively looked at. Okay? The writer has an opportunity to correct and improve what has been put on paper. For example, bago po i-publish ang isang article sa newspaper, magkakaroon po muna tayo ng tinatawag na proofreading. So, dun po, chine-check yung grammar, yung alignment, yung arrangement ng sentences before they publish. That's why, mas marami po silang time na i-check or i-correct ang mga ideas na nalagay nila dun sa mga article na gusto nilang i-convey sa mga readers. Hindi katulad sa verbal, kung ano na po yung nasabi mo, yun na po yun. Hindi mo na po siya basta-basta mababago. Okay po ba? Okay. So that is for chapter 2. Chapter 3, sorry. Chapter 3. So I hope na meron po kayong natutunan ngayong araw and see you po sa chapter 4 next time. So goodbye po. Thank you very much.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.